up guys, I'm here hitting up with a new Etheria video. Something special today which I didn't do. I'm done with the RTA season. I wanted to highlight two matches right now where I use Lilium but on Tiger and instead of Count or Law. A lot of people use on Law. I don't like it. As you know, that's not my playstyle. It's more defensive playstyle and I'm more of an offensive type player, so that's why I wanted to check out how Tiger is on her as well. And also quick thing in eigener Sache, thank you guys for all the love and support on the recent videos and for the live streams as well. Thanks for all the gifted subs there. Really appreciate everybody who's being part of the M&M citizenship. I'm doing account reviews nowadays as well during my live stream, so if you're interested in that one, if you want your account review, to come hang out in the live stream as well. And one of my viewers actually DM'd me and showed me that he got into Mythic, so that's a cool thing. So helping out people also improves their overall win rate and getting into the Mythic ranking. There are two matches I want to highlight. This one, so the first is this one here against this guy here. So I was playing Lilium, this is the draft, but I think like that's at this point whatever. I feel like the guy decided to play speed and I was, you know what, let me play speed as well, but like with a different twist, stuff like that. And it's like really doesn't matter what you pick at this point. But what I want to highlight is more or less just Lilium here. I think that the Lilium was the important pick for this draft overall. There was a lot of CC going on, so in case I'm losing the speed battle, something with the Mio and the Lilith, the Lilium helps you. So you can see the Tiger hit the Lilith. I did a little bit of damage, but obviously I'm not gonna focus the Lilith. I'm gonna focus the Messiah because the Messiah is doing the damage and I don't want to get one-shotted because I'm not a bloodbuff player. So that is very dangerous. Then he tries to control me with the Lilith, which makes sense, and then obviously also with the Mio. But here the Lilium shines really through because yeah, she can't be controlled, right? So that's a big plus in this type of matchup here. I really don't care too much about anything in this matchup. If my units get stunned, CC'd, like it really doesn't matter because I have the Lilium, and once Lilium gets his turn, you see that? Boom! Hit for 10k and then followed up with the S2 and guaranteed the kill, and then there's another kill, and at this point the match was basically over. But I think what's also the cool thing about Tiger in that situation is not only like the Tiger actually scales of attack, crit rate and crit damage, okay? So he scales of everything. And of course you can't really influence what he's going to attack. That's something you can't really influence that much. But it's also interesting because it gives you nice information on your opponent, right? Because it might hit a target which you might think is very tanky, and then it gets hit with the Tiger and you're like, oh, target is not as tanky as you might thought, and then you might want to change the unit you're targeting. Then for the second match, which was against this guy, that was hilarious. So this was also a speed battle, whatever it was at the end of the day. But he decided to pick these two units and I just counter drafted with a Hoyan. Because yeah. So I'm forcing you to ban the Hoyan because otherwise you will have a hard time if you can't CC. He does have Mio and Kazuyu, but you don't have a stripper. So good luck getting through Bulwark on Hoyan, obviously, right? So that's why I drafted her, just to like force my opponent to ban her. But I feel like I want to highlight this specific part because I think that this is just funny to see. I get first turn here. So the entire interaction is me getting first turn. But I don't really want to say too much here. Lilium gets the turn, watch now. I think we need to look at it one more time because it was hilarious. I don't know. Can we call Lilium now a Zudo AOE DPS unit when you play on Tiger? I think like, what is it called? Cone? She unlocks a new archetype now with the Tiger Cone DPS, right? Like you don't AOE everybody, half AOE, right? Cone AOE. I think it's hilarious what type of damage the Tiger does. Generally in that type of scenario, if we look at it again without going in from that perspective, you would have then to pick and choose. So you have a single target DPS, right? Now you have these two units, you have the Rin and you have the Yale as a target. Now in that situation, you obviously would go in and target one or the other of your choice and then use S2. You want to kill off the unit and then you want to CC the team just to control them, right? So they don't get their DPS off. But in that type of situation, if you can actually just one shot with the shell and then target the other, now they have legitimately no way to come back at all. Like that is an auto win at this point. Before you have to pick and choose and then see how it goes. You still have a very high chance of winning this match nonetheless, but so that just basically seals the deal, right? Those were the two matches I wanted to highlight here at this point in time. And also let me show you how my Lilium looks like right now, how I built her, what's the deal. So because of Tiger Yin, you can actually mix and match now a little bit better when it comes to the Lilium. She's currently on Bloodbath Fury Edge. That's what I like to have her on. I don't like Swift Raid or anything. Yeah, getting 20 extra speed really doesn't change much, in my opinion. I really just want to have as much raw damage as possible because she's a nuker. Still with the Bloodbath in combination just to give her a little bit of protection. So against bruisers, that's the big thing. Bruisers that are on Bramble, I don't want her to get counter one-shotted. So that's basically just a protection to her not getting counter one-shotted, right? That's the only reason I play something like this in the first place. Now Taigian even enables it because he does have the Bloodbath Fury combination, so I don't have to run 4 pieces, I can run 3 pieces. But still, as you can see here, the piece that I'm running is really bad because I don't have the reconfig chips, I don't have training data right now. This is something I have to do for next week, but it's something I will work on. So she's missing 15% attack right now, she's missing 17% crit damage right now, and final damage up this order, obviously, right? She's missing like another 150 attack here, so plus 2200 attack, plus 187%, plus 185% crit damage roughly would be the case if that thing would be, and then another 12%, 10% final damage up, right? So these numbers would even be higher if I roll the Tiger in correctly. But still, nonetheless, you saw what type of damage she's dealing, what type of things it is already doing, even with not optimized substats. And that doesn't even make sense to have on her right now. It's just because I don't have any materials and I had to prioritize other things, right? That's the build for her right now. I really like this, by the way. I think the only other thing you can do with her is replacing Fury with Bulwark at this point. I think I have one. Yeah, right. So this one also needs Bloodbath, Bulwark, Fury Edge also works in my opinion. This is also what you can do. You could also do Keen Eye Bulwark if you want to play it. At some point in time, I might try this out at some point in time. I'm not the biggest fan on Bulwark on her personally, because I know people like to use her on Bulwark because of not getting attack broken and stuff like that. But you know what? I rather have the Fury because the Fury gives me that extra 10% attack and she gets 12% damage increase, and I feel like I like this way more than having Bulwark. She cannot be CC'd, right? She can be defense broken, she can be attack broken. Yes, that is one thing, but like overall that is more of like a niche situation for me, and or speed down. It's like if it happens then it happens, but I'm not losing the battle because I didn't have Bulwark on her, because you also have to look at the overall picture and realize, like, evaluate if you play on Bloodbath, if you play not on Bloodbath, but if you play on Bulwark, you really have to ask yourself, how often do you really lose a match because you did not have the Lilium on Bulwark? How often does that truly happen? Or how often do you lose because she's missing maybe that little bit of extra damage which you needed for your S3 to kill, or even for your S2 to kill and then get a CC off? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. I personally prefer this because I just want to have more DPS stats on my unit. This is everything for this video. I don't want to make it too long. So the 4X event is going to start. I most likely be live when you're watching this video on YouTube, doing my 4X grinding modules and stuff like that. And yeah guys, as always, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and see you with the next one. Deuces.